Humans looked at normal celebrations and decided they weren't strange enough, so they started throwing tomatoes, chasing cheese downhill at 70 miles per hour, running from actual bulls, jumping over infants, burning entire Viking ships, and then doing it again next year and calling it culture. 10 of these traditions exist right now. Some are ancient, some are baffling. At least 2 will make you question humanity entirely. We ranked them all. Starting with number 10, the one where entire cities turn into moving paintings.
10. Holi, India. Color chaos with actual meaning. Holi marks the arrival of spring and the victory of good over evil. It's based on ancient Hindu legends, celebrated for centuries, and involves one simple rule: everything gets colored. People throw vibrant powder, red, yellow, green, blue, pink, at literally everyone. Friends throw it. Strangers throw it. That person behind you who you definitely didn't see, they threw it. Within minutes, entire cities transform into moving paintings. Music blasts from every corner. Dancing breaks out spontaneously. For one day, social hierarchies completely dissolve. The CEO looks as ridiculous as the intern. Everyone becomes equally unrecognizable. This might be humanity functioning at its absolute best. Celebrated by over 1 billion people worldwide. Lasts 2 days, sometimes longer in certain regions. Uses natural plant-based colors traditionally, though synthetic versions exist now. Would I attend? Yes, absolutely yes. But I'd mentally prepare for the fact that every photo from that day becomes my profile picture for the next decade. You don't try to stay clean at Holi. You surrender within the first 30 seconds. It's joyful chaos, but organized joyful chaos. No danger, no injuries, just collective fun. The weird part is how normal it feels once you're covered head to toe in neon powder. 9. Boryong Mud Festival, South Korea. Getting dirty on purpose. This festival started as a skincare marketing campaign in 1998. A company wanted to promote the health benefits of Boryong's mineral-rich mud. Normal marketing plan? TV commercials and magazine ads. Korean marketing plan? Build a massive mud arena and invite the world. Now, over 2 million people show up annually to jump into industrial-sized mud pools. Mud wrestling competitions, mud slides, mud obstacle courses, mud painting contests. Everyone becomes equally filthy within seconds. Fashion ends immediately. Dignity leaves shortly after. But somehow, fun increases exponentially. The details. Held every July in Boryong, features over 15 mud-based attractions. Mud is imported from Boryong mudflats, rich in minerals like germanium and bentonite. After mudding, there's an actual beach nearby for cleaning off. Would I go? 100% yes. Because once everyone is covered in identical brown sludge, nobody can judge anyone. It's the most egalitarian society humanity has ever achieved. Also, falling looks significantly less embarrassing when 500 other people fall in the same hour. Why it ranks 9. It's weird by design. A corporate marketing stunt that somehow became a beloved international tradition. But it's harmless and weird. Wholesome weird. The kind where you leave muddy, but smiling. Quick check-in. Pause for 1 second. So far, you have to choose color powder chaos or full body mud wrestling. No neutral answers allowed. Your personality is being revealed right now. Drop your answer in the comments. 8. La Tomatina, Spain, the world's largest food fight. Every August, the small town of Buñol, Spain, population 9,000, imports over 150 tons of overripe tomatoes. Not to eat, not to sell, to throw. For exactly 1 hour, the streets turn into a tomato apocalypse. Participants chuck tomatoes at friends, strangers, and occasionally themselves by accident. The entire town becomes a red, squishy battlefield. There are rules, though. You must squash tomatoes before throwing them, safety reasons, because apparently we care about safety during vegetable warfare. Don't rip people's clothes. Stop immediately when the water cannons fire the ending signal. How did this start? Nobody knows for sure. The most popular story involves a spontaneous food fight during a 1945 parade that got out of hand. Instead of banning it, the town made it annual. Peak human logic. The numbers. Started officially in 1945. Some sources say 1944 or 1946. Draws 20,000 plus participants yearly. uses 150 plus tons of tomatoes, grown specifically for throwing, not eating. Cleanup takes hours. Fire trucks hose down streets afterward. Would I attend? Absolutely. But I'd bring shoes I've already emotionally detached from. Those shoes are not surviving. Imagine traveling across the world, paying for flights and hotels just to lose a fight against produce. Totally worth it. Why it ranks 8? It's absurd. It's messy. It makes zero practical sense. But the sheer commitment to throwing food for fun elevates it to beautiful chaos. The town smells like marinara sauce for days afterward. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this countdown, hit subscribe right now, because part 2 gets significantly weirder. And I genuinely want to know, which festival would you actually try so far? Holi's color chaos? Boryong's mud madness? Or La Tomatina's tomato warfare? Drop your answer in the comments while we continue. Alright. Back to the chaos. 7. Hadaka Matsuri, Japan. Confidence meets freezing temperatures. Hadaka Matsuri translates to Naked Festival. Thousands of men gather wearing only traditional fundoshi, loincloths, in February, in Japan during winter. Yes, winter. They push, shove, and battle through massive crowds to catch sacred wooden sticks, shingi, thrown by priests. Whoever catches one receives a year of good luck. Sounds spiritual. Also sounds hypothermic. The experience. Held at multiple shrines across Japan, most famous, Saidaiji Temple in Okayama, attracts 10,000 plus near-naked participants. Temperatures often drop near freezing. Participants purify themselves in cold water before the main event because apparently they weren't cold enough. Preparation takes months. Physical training, mental conditioning, cold resistance practice. Meanwhile, I reconsider all life choices when indoor air conditioning becomes slightly aggressive. Would I participate? No. I support spirituality deeply. From warm, insulated locations. These participants operate on a level of commitment I simply do not possess. Respectfully, I'll cheer from inside a jacket and a blanket, maybe 2 blankets. Why it ranks 7. The combination of ancient tradition and modern masochism is fascinating. It's weird not because of what they do, but because of when they do it. Anyone can wear a loincloth. Doing it in freezing temperatures while fighting 10,000 other people? That's dedication. 6. Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling, UK. Gravity versus humanity. The ultimate showdown. Picture this, a 9-pound wheel of double Gloucester cheese, a nearly vertical hill with a 1-to-1 gradient, and dozens of humans are convinced they can catch it. The reality. Held annually on Cooper's Hill in Gloucestershire, the hill is so steep that runners can't actually run. They tumble. Medical teams wait at the bottom with stretchers. Never a comforting sign. The tradition dates back hundreds of years, possibly to pagan harvest rituals. Every year, participants flip, tumble, cartwheel involuntarily, and discover physics in the most personal way possible. Injuries are guaranteed. Sprains, concussions, broken bones. Prize? The cheese. Yes, you risk your skeletal system for dairy. Would I run? Absolutely not. I know my limits intimately, and one of them is competing against gravity in front of spectators. Also, imagine explaining that hospital visit. What happened? I challenged cheese to a race. You, what? I lost. This festival crosses from weird tradition into actively dangerous tradition. The fact that it happens annually despite injuries makes it both impressive and concerning. It's the first festival on our list where signing a waiver is probably involved. 5. Monkey Buffet Festival, Thailand. When humans serve monkeys like royalty. Every November in Lopburi, Thailand, something extraordinary happens. Humans spend days preparing an elaborate feast. Fresh fruits, vegetables, cakes, ice sculptures made of fruit, desserts arranged artistically, tables stretching city blocks. Estimated cost? Over $9,000 worth of food. The guests? 3,000 plus wild macaque monkeys. Not metaphorical monkeys, actual monkeys. They swarm the temples and streets, climbing over everything, grabbing food with both hands, and eating like they own the place. Because for one day, they absolutely do. The purpose: show gratitude to monkeys, considered sacred in some beliefs. Boost tourism, mission accomplished. Bring good luck to the community. The reality: organized chaos on a spectacular scale. Monkeys climb on people, steal cameras, and occasionally steal dignity. Participants wear protective gear because monkeys are unpredictable. The cleanup takes days. Would I attend? Yes, but from a very calculated distance. Because monkeys look adorable in photos. In person, they make direct eye contact and decide your sunglasses now belong to them. Also, imagine spending hours preparing a gourmet buffet only for your guests to scream, throw food, and fight over bananas. Honestly, relatable energy. The role reversal is weird. Humans serving animals like honored guests crosses from tradition into performance art. Plus, the logistical challenge of feeding 3,000 uncontrollable primates elevates this beyond normal festivals. Engagement moment. Quick poll. Be honest. Would you A. Feed the monkeys confidently? B. Protect your belongings like survival mode just activated? No judgment. Both are valid responses. Comment your answer below. 4. Baby Jumping Festival, Spain. Yes, exactly what it sounds like. Welcome to El Colacho, the most stressful festival for anyone watching. Dating back to 1620, this Spanish tradition involves parents placing their babies, under 1 year old, on mattresses in the street. Adults dressed as devils running through town, those devils jumping over the babies. Not around them, not near them, over them. Like Olympic hurdles, except the hurdles are infants. The symbolism. The devils, representing evil, jump over the babies to cleanse them of original sin and protect them from illness and bad spirits. It's deeply cultural. It's centuries old, and it looks absolutely terrifying if you're seeing it for the first time. The details. Held during the Feast of Corpus Christi in Castrillo de Murcia, babies must be born within the past year. Men dress in elaborate devil costumes, yellow and red. Injuries are extremely rare, nearly non-existent in documented history. Parents watch calmly while someone launches over their child like a track star. Tourists watch in horror. Would I participate? Absolutely not. I don't trust myself carrying coffee without spilling. You think I'm clearing babies professionally? Hard pass. But somehow, injuries are virtually non-existent. The jumpers train. The mattresses are thick. The distances are calculated. Still, the audacity alone earns this spot. Most festivals involve participants consenting to chaos. This one involves babies who can't consent to anything except milk and naps. The fact it's safe doesn't make it less wild to watch. 3. Up Hellier! Scotland. Scotland looked at festivals and said, needs more fire. And Vikings, lots of both. Thus, Up Hellier was born. The event, held annually in Lerwick, Shetland Islands, last Tuesday of January, celebrates Norse heritage and midwinter. Participants dress as Vikings in full costume. They march through streets holding torches, then collectively burn a full-size Viking longship. Yes, an entire ship, on purpose. The scale, 1,000 plus torch-carrying participants. The galley, ship, can be 30 plus feet long, takes months to build, burns in minutes. It looks like a movie scene. Fire everywhere, torches illuminating the winter night. A massive ship engulfed in flames. Pure cinematic chaos. Afterward, parties across town lasting until dawn. The history. Started in the 1880s, Up Hellier was created to replace chaotic Christmas celebrations that got out of hand. Ironic, considering they replaced it with burning ships. Would I attend? Absolutely. Finally, a festival where standing dramatically while holding fire is not just allowed, it's encouraged. The only problem? I'd spend the entire time worried about accidentally dropping the torch and becoming part of history for the wrong reasons. The combination of historical pageantry and controlled arson is unmatched. It's weird, but weird in a way that feels majestic. If you're going to set something on fire, it might as well be a Viking ship while dressed as Vikings. 2. Fire walking festivals, multiple countries. Walking on literal fire, no tricks. Across parts of Greece, Bulgaria, India, and other regions, participants walk barefoot across burning coals. Not quickly, not accidentally, calmly. The most famous, Anastanaria, Greece/Bulgaria. Participants enter trance-like states, dance with religious icons, and walk across coals heated to 800 to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 427 to 538 degrees Celsius. No shoes, no protective gear, just belief, focus, and questionable life choices. The science. Experts say it involves the Leidenfrost effect. Moisture on feet creates brief insulation, brief contact time, proper technique, and mindset. My brain says, absolutely not. I test bathwater with extreme caution. Fire is several confidence levels beyond my range. The details. Participants prepare spiritually and physically for weeks. Rituals include fasting, prayers, and mental conditioning. Modern variations happen worldwide. Tony Robbins made it a seminar activity. Burns are rare among experienced walkers, but do happen. Would I try it? No, but watching it, incredible. It's one of the few festivals where courage feels genuinely powerful instead of chaotic. There's something deeply human about facing fear directly. This crosses from tradition into demonstrating human willpower. The combination of spirituality, danger, and mind over matter philosophy makes it fascinating. It's weird because it shouldn't work, but somehow it does. 1. Running of the Bulls. Spain. Adrenaline versus common sense, the final boss. And here we are, number 1. Because nothing combines tradition, danger, tourism, and questionable decision-making quite like this. The event. Every July, during the San Fermin Festival in Pamplona, Spain, people run through narrow cobblestone streets while 6 fighting bulls chase them. Not symbolic bulls, not mechanical bulls, real 1,200-pound animals bred for aggression. The route, 875 meters, half a mile, of pure adrenaline. Narrow streets, sharp turns, thousands of runners. 6 bulls moving at 25+ miles per hour. The time, approximately 2 to 3 minutes of chaos. The history, started in the 14th century as a practical way to transport bulls from outside the city to the bull ring. Someone decided running in front of them looked fun. Now it's a global event attracting 20,000+ runners annually. The dangers. Since 1910, 16 people have died. Hundreds are injured every year. Gorings, tramplings, broken bones, concussions. Medical teams line the route, ambulances wait on standby, and people still sign up. Why? Adrenaline, tradition, bragging rights, the desire to look fear in the face and say, I survived that. The rules. Must be 18+ years old, no touching the bulls, no stopping in doorways, blocks other runners. Intoxication is banned, but good luck enforcing that. Would I run? Absolutely not. I respect animals. From distances. Very safe, very calculated distances. Also, I run out of breath climbing stairs. A bull would not even consider me competition. Yet every year, new runners arrive convinced they'll be fine. Confidence truly is humanity's strongest survival tool, and sometimes its most dangerous one. This festival combines ancient tradition, modern tourism, life-threatening danger, international participation, media coverage, cultural controversy, animal rights debates. It's the ultimate weird festival because it asks the question, why would anyone willingly do this? And every July, 20,000+ people answer, why not? That perfectly encapsulates humanity's relationship with festivals. We don't celebrate normally, we celebrate memorably, even if it's terrifying. Here's what's interesting. These festivals exist everywhere. Different cultures, different histories, different traditions. Same underlying idea.
For one brief moment, normal life pauses, rules relax, routines break, people step outside comfort zones. Because humans don't just want celebration, we want experiences that feel unforgettable, stories worth telling. Nobody remembers a normal weekend, but you remember the day monkeys stole your sunglasses, the day you almost caught cheese, almost, the day you wisely decided not to run from bulls. These festivals survive because they remind us, life isn't meant to feel ordinary all the time. And sometimes, the weirdest traditions are the most meaningful. All right, final question. Out of all 10 festivals, which one are you actually brave enough to attend? And which one are you watching safely from YouTube forever? Comment your number below, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into traditions that make absolutely no sense but somehow still exist. Because trust me, there are festivals even stranger than these. See you in the next one.